Okay, so that's Tuesday. Wednesday is also a second day of student asynchronous learning. Your child again will log on at 9 o'clock on lms.lausd.net to a browser or on their Schoology app. And again, they will be engaged in online modules. And that's from 9 to 12. Then there's lunch, right, provided by you. And then at 1 o'clock, there will be a teacher meet and greet by advisory period. So the teachers will be sending out an invitation for Zoom through Schoology. Now, I do understand that some parents have said that there's been some confusion about knowing which advisory. I've been told that the teachers will be receiving training and will somehow notify the students prior to this as to what advisory period they're in, either H or L. I do know that that is a concern. I've shared that with the district, that Schoology is not showing the advisory period. So we are working on that, and the teachers are supposed to work on that as well too. So again, August 19th, student asynchronous learning from 9 to 12. LMS, they log on to lms.lausd.net or they log on to Schoology. Based on their logon, we will take attendance, lunch thereafter, and then starting at 1 o'clock, they will be online with their advisory homeroom teacher. I'm going to pause right here for Wednesday. I'm going to check the questions. If you are having issues with Schoology, please email angela.knapp, K-N-A-P-P, at lausd.net to assist you. In the PowerPoint that I'm going to finish up, all the people that you can contact are there. Please send them an email so that we can try to figure out what the situation is. And parents, I need to remind you that because we're doing remote learning, we need to get into the habit of emailing. So you do need to take advantage of the big staff that we have here, support staff, and send them an email. If for whatever reason they're not responding to you, please let me know, and I will follow up and make sure that they are helping you. Someone's asking if the parents will attend. Yes, the parents are invited to attend with the students. From what I understand, though, it's primarily for students, but it does have a lot of information, good information to share with families. So if you do have the ability to do so, I think you should also join your children in watching those online modules. It is the webinar, the meet and greet on Wednesday is important to meet the teachers. So it is a good opportunity for teachers to meet parents. Will I post the first week of schedule? You know what? We're getting so close. As I said before, this is a draft schedule. It's still subject to approval by the union. As long as everyone understands that I'm not saying that this is permanent or it's final, I will post this. I will post this today before we leave school today. We're going to stay late and work a little bit. If you see it disappear, it's because I was told to take it off. So, but I'm trying to give the parents an opportunity to see and prepare for school since it's our final weekend. Okay, I'm getting a lot of questions about passwords and internet, so I will go to the PowerPoint. Let me finish the rest of the schedule. So we understand what's happening Monday. We understand what's happening Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday now is the first regular day that we're gonna have. So period 1 begins at 9 o'clock. And our teachers will be are required to begin the first 30 minutes of class with a live Zoom instruction. Then it goes period 3. Then it goes homeroom advisory. Depending on which advisory they're going to be on, they will be either on live or doing work independently. Then there's a lunch break. Then there's advisory again. And then there's period 5. School ends at 2:15. So school will be from 9 to 2:15. Friday will be even number days, 2, 4, and 6. Same schedule from 9 to 15. And what we did for you here is just to put it out there in case you want to print this out, put it up on a wall somewhere. We have August 24th, 25th, 27th, and as you can see, we repeated the schedule here for you. Okay, and remember, where it says live, that's called synchronous learning. When it's not live, it's called asynchronous learning. Okay, so we will post this. We're trying to figure out how to put another draft watermark on here. We will be posting this and this webinar later on today before we leave. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to check on some questions. Um, there will be no alternative schedules for this. This is an agreement that has been made by the union and the district. But we are going to be flexible. So we know that if depending on your family situation, if your child needs more time and needs access to the work at a later time, we will give it to them, and they will have the opportunity to do the work. We will, as you know, this is new. So as we get those situations, we will work with the district to figure out how we can do it, because this time around they are doing grades. So grades are going to be issued. So we will do our best to help you. So as you have those situations come up in your family, and for whatever reason you cannot follow the schedule, please email one of the staff members that I'm going to provide you with right now, so that we can share this with the district. Okay. And advisory periods, remember, as I mentioned in the last webinar, if you had a chance to attend it, if not, advisory periods are extra time that teachers can spend with smaller groups of students to focus on a variety of materials and subjects. Teachers are going to receive training specifically on what they're going to be covering in advisory periods next week. So there's still a lot that still hasn't been fully released to us yet. But we are expecting it to come in. I just want to give you a preview of what the week is going to look like, so that we can get ready this weekend. It's our last weekend before school begins. Okay. All right, let me see. We're working, someone's asking, someone who's really good with Zoom is asking if we're using the same Zoom ID numbers for all periods and advisory. I believe that's the goal. I will tell you though that it may be subject to change. As you know, Zoom bombing is a big issue. I would say that if the links get compromised, they may change, but we will keep you updated on that. And the teacher has to notify both the parents and the students if they'll be changing the Zoom link, okay? I do not know when the schools will reopen. Again, we are starting online for now. So here's an important question someone just asked. Should you have internet at home already? First, I want to tell you that we at Burroughs Middle School are very fortunate to be in partnership with Verizon. They have fully funded our school for every student to have an iPad with, was it a 15 gigabyte? I think it's a 15 gigabyte data plan. So your child's iPad already has internet built in. So that is already provided for your child, okay? Now, that being said, it does help if you have a router at home, because the iPad will be able to not only have the data plan working, but then the network, sometimes a router is a much faster signal for that iPad. So we know that everyone has a router, but there will be an opportunity as I get more clarification as to whether we can order what are called hotspots for parents. We will have a separate process for parents to request hotspots. And those are individual devices that also provide internet at home. But if your child, if you agreed and you signed the Verizon form and your child received an iPad from us with Verizon, your child has internet access on that iPad. Yes, we will be posting. We're going to clean up our website. It's gotten a little messy because we've been very busy. We've been working pretty much all summer, trying to make sure that we make this the best and the easiest beginning of the school year for you, okay? And just so you know, parents are looking for the H and L. Schoology does not show the advisory period of H or L. Unfortunately, only our internal systems show that. That is a problem. I've reported it to the district. We're trying to work on that. We're working on a way to get your child information to know which advisory period they're in. All right. All right, I guess I'm gonna go to the iPad because there people want to ask questions for technology issues, and I have people for that. Um, uh, there is a question about some teachers' names not showing up. It's quite possible. We recently hired 3 new teachers. We had some retirements. Actually, we had four retirements, quite a few retirements. So there are teachers that are being processed right now. So it will more than likely not show a teacher. So that's what it is. That's there are some classes without a teacher. It is because we're in a process of hiring a teacher and they have not been in the inputted in the system yet. Okay. All right, so let me go to the PowerPoint and then we'll finish up, okay? That's pretty much it. Again, I'm very interested to find out from other parents if other schools have posted a schedule, but we're trying to be helpful here and trying to get ahead of things. All right. Can you still see my screen? All right, so remember parents, let's make this a successful year. We have to start learning some new terminologies here. Schoology, that's where all the classes are going to be at. Your child has received an iPad with a data package from Verizon. You need to access parent portal so you can keep up to date with information, including grades, attendance, and other information. Visit our website often. We'll clean it up. I know it's gotten a little messy, but we'll clean it up with all and put all this information on there. Monitor our social media sites so you can have the information. Connected is important. Please be sure we have your most current telephone number on file. You can call our attendance office or send an email. We will be posting a list of all our clerical staff as well, so you can have that updated. And then Zoom. Zoom is the primary vehicle for this synchronous webinar, although they can use, I think it's Google and then something called Microsoft Teams. So it's possible that teachers can use those other 2 items, but for the majority, most of them are using Zoom. All right. Again, student participation attendance. Students are expected to sign in on Tuesday at lms.lauz.net or on Schoology to begin their asynchronous online modules. Teachers will discuss during the meet and greet in their advisory period about attendance and participation. And for that specific day, they will send out a Zoom through Schoology for them to log on. Okay. Synchronous and asynchronous learning. These are 2 terms you need to understand. Synchronous learning, asynchronous learning. Synchronous is like what we're doing right now, live. Asynchronous is when they don't have to have the teacher there and they can do work on their own, access work that's already posted online. Okay. Our last and final day for iPads is actually today. Today we were here opening and passing out iPads. Beginning Monday is you are now going to have to wait in line outside in the front of the school. We are not going to have the big distribution center. And that is because everyone now has to focus on being online and supporting the students for school. So it's going to be a little slower, and I do apologize. We try to have 3 weeks of putting out iPads so you wouldn't stand in long lines, but unfortunately we ran out of time. And there were a few iPads, and I want to apologize to parents again. There were a few iPads that we just couldn't get to work for whatever reason, and so we're busy trying to make sure they work. And we're going to call you and let you know when those iPads are ready. I know that some of you came in and we didn't have it ready. And that is because we were having technical issues with it. And we want to make sure that we give you a working iPad before you leave the campus. I'm going to pause here and see if there are any questions that I have. No, you're not going to receive the schedule by mail. Everything is going to be digital. I'm beginning to get a couple questions about free lunch. I'm going to have to ask the district on that. As far as I'm concerned, we are not a grab and go center. I do know that the district has some grab and go centers. So let me see if we can have that information posted for you as well. Okay, I was just informed that parents will be receiving a letter from the district with a code for what? For the student. They'll need that code to get their lunch. So apparently there is some lunch program, but that will be sent in the mail to you. I'm going to try to find some more information on that because I wasn't told about that. But and then you can go to a grab and go center? It has a link for all the grab and go. Okay. And it's going to have a link for all grab and go centers. So if I can find that information, we will post it as well. All right. Someone's asking about SAS and regular classes and textbooks. Yes, they use all the same textbooks. There are no separate textbooks for SAS or regular. Again, about broken iPads, we're trying our best to have them fixed by Monday at the latest because we want to make sure everyone's available to go online on Tuesday. All right. Okay, so let me finish up here. I'll come back to questions. So again, if you have any questions regarding iPad and the use of the iPad, our Verizon point person is Ms. An. That's who you will email, Ms. Susie.an, in regards to that. For technical support, if it's not working, your server timed out, you're having issues logging into an app, you will contact Mr. Ruiz, at edgar.ruiz2@lauz.net. We have a full-time technician, so you should get an answer in a timely manner. If you do not, please let me know and I will find out what's going on. Here's the Schoology support. I saw a couple questions about Schoology. We have 4 people that can help you with that. Ms. Knapp, Ms. Siegel, Ms. Saul, and Mr. Corral. All of this will be posted on the internet, so you don't have to keep writing down all the names. Okay. So Instructional Day Support. So as you saw from the calendar, every Monday, teachers have to set aside time from 12:40 to 1:15 for parent outreach and office hours. If you need a different time and date, please email the teacher directly so that you can meet with them. Students are receiving a grade, okay? I want to repeat that again. Students are receiving a grade this time. And so as soon as we get more details and more information, we will have other Zoom webinars with explanations and details. All right. If you are having trouble with math and science, you can email Ms. Siegel. English and history, you can email Ms. Knapp. And the college coach and career readiness person is Ms. Saul. Again, as I hope you're beginning to see, there's a lot of support here, but you do need to email them. We can't help you if you're not emailing us. SC Math support is Ms. Siegel. Achieve 3000 support is Ms. Knapp. Study Sync support is Ms. Knapp. And iStation support is Ms. Echeverria. These are additional apps that we have purchased to help your child with academic support. Ms. Almendares is our special education administrator. If your child has an IEP, we're going to do our best to try to service and meet those IEP goals. As you know, we're learning online, so be patient with us. But again, we're working with the district on how we can best do that. Counselors, here's your child's counselors. Ms. Almendares is in charge of all the counselors here at Burroughs Middle School. We have a 6th grade counselor, Mr. Cho, 7th grade counselor, Ms. Kwan, and 8th grade counselor, Mr. Lee. Ms. Lee is our instructional administrator at Burroughs Middle School. She will be in charge of making sure our teachers are monitoring and and conducting their office hours. She's also in charge of instructional support and professional development. And we will be posting remote learning examples as we go. We will have attendance and intervention as those programs start to develop. Ms. Almendarez will be in charge of that as well too. We have a very strong mental health support program here. We have a full-time PSW along with some community partnerships. Once we get school going, we will have another webinar with more information on those systems, and we will introduce staff to you as well. Our magnet coordinator here is Mr. Corral. If you have questions regarding our magnet coordinator, please email Mr. Corral. For SAS and dual language is Ms. Echeverria. If you have any questions for Ms. Echeverria, please send it to her. And for remote learning, your administrators are 6th grade, Mr. Cota, 7th grade, Ms. Almendarez, 8th grade, Ms. Lee. And of course, we want to make sure that we are monitoring what's happening online. If there's going to be any bullying or anything like that, we need to know about it. We will address it. Mr. Cota is our designated administrative support operations administrator, okay? Now, we've been getting some FAQs, some questions, and I posted them here. First one is, what does my child's schedule look like? So your child should now have access to their classes in Schoology. If not, please email your child's grade level counselor, which is listed here, but all students have been programmed. Next question, what time does my child need to log in? All students are expected to sign in every day beginning at 9 a.m. How do I change classes? At this time, we are not changing classes. As soon as the school is open, and we ensure that every student has a device and internet access, we will then notify parents for procedures for requests, okay? So that's pretty much the end. That's the latest I have for you. It's the best I can share with you before the weekend. I hope you have time this weekend to organize with your family a routine and support structure for your child. I will not be on Zoom until I think, what is it, Wednesday? No, Tuesday, when I greet everyone. I'm gonna pause here and take a look at a couple of the questions. Someone's asking about the tutoring. We have not received information on that. Generally, well, I'll just leave it at that. I know the district had said that there was going to be tutoring for students. I'm not sure how that's going to work. As soon as I have information for that, I will share it with you. For now, I would say if your child cannot come to class, I would say reach out to your counselor. We'll begin with that. Reach out to your grade level counselor. Is there a backup plan for iPads on Monday? More than likely, if we do not have an iPad, we do have a few Chromebooks and we'll have to issue those out. I'd rather not issue the Chromebook because the iPad has been customized to really do a good job with the online learning. So we do have a backup plan if your iPad is not ready by Monday. I have a couple of parents telling me that they've already received the lunch letter. So it looks like it has been sent out. I'm seeing that there are no schools nearby with the food. You know, parents, if you think you need, I don't know what this is going to say about this, but if it's a need and you think Burroughs is a much better location for a grab and go lunch, I would say reach out to the district and let them know that if my community and my school needs that, then we'll do everything we can on my end to support that. But you would have to reach out to the district. If there's a number on that letter, I would recommend that you call that number. But if, again, as a principal, if my community needs that and my families need that, I'm more than happy to work with the district on establishing something here at Burroughs so that you don't have to go too far. I think that's pretty much it. I've covered as much as I could. I have everything is in the on the PowerPoint for you to access, including the names of the people who will be point people for various systems. I'll wait another minute for people to type a few more questions if they like. Again, I do thank you for your patience. Normally what we're doing, we would normally do when school starts, and we would have a full staff here. But we actually have done our best to try to open school before school begins. So want to pause right here actually, and I want to thank all the teachers and the counselors and coordinators who have been working during their off time to come to Burroughs to prepare the iPads. I mean, we've been here at 7, 8 o'clock putting those iPad covers together, putting backpacks together. It's not easy work, and so I do, if my staff is listening, I want to thank all of you because again, because of you, we've been able to distribute as much as we can, as best as possible, all the devices, the backpacks for our parents. And I also want to thank the clerical support in room 118. They have been wonderful in helping parents as best as we can, given the COVID-19 restrictions. So I'm very thankful and filled with gratitude as a principal that the team here has been working pretty much all summer. It's not easy. I will tell you that right now, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a little bumpy, but I need you to be patient, and we will do our best to rectify, correct any issues, and try to have the best possible smooth opening that we can, given that it is the very first time, and I do believe the very first time in history for here, for Burroughs at least, that we are opening online for a regular school year. So I really do thank you. Oh, thank you. Someone just caught a spelling error on, yes, all emails should end at lausd.net. Oh, someone's telling me that under Schoology next to homeroom, it will tell you if you are an H or L. Thank you for that, anonymous attendee. Okay, like I said, I did bring it up to the district. There were some parents who caught that early. Hopefully, maybe they did something in the software that allows for that. Thank you very much. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for it. I'm hoping that I gave you as much information as that is good for you and your family. My son is going on to high school online, so I know that I, I, I know what it feels like not having information. So I want to make sure that that you have the best information possible before school begins. Okay. Let's see here. I don't see any other questions. We'll try to answer anything offline as well too. I'll offer one more minute, one more 30 seconds. Any more questions? Yes, there will be Ms. Carmen Recinos Ramirez. There will be attendance for each class. And there's gonna be different ways that they will monitor that. The district will be training the teachers on that. One of the ways will be for accessing the logs. So if your child logs in, the teachers will be able to tell when they logged into Schoology. That's how they're going to take attendance on Tuesday and Wednesday, is through the logs of Schoology when your child signs on Monday and Tuesday. Jamal Maxwell parent contact portal, that is Miss Angela Knapp, angela.knapp@lausd.net. All right, someone's asking about the difference between magnet and regular courses. That goes a lot into detail. If I'm gonna ask you to please email Mr. Corral, and he can spend a little bit more time with you on explaining the differences between the programs. All right. Okay, I think that's it then. All right, we still have a little bit of work here today. We're gonna be staying late again, but I will make sure my team posts, we're gonna post this video. We're gonna post the PowerPoint. We're gonna post the calendar. And again, it is a draft, okay? Please don't go running telling everyone that it's final. The union still has to vote on this, okay? So don't get me in trouble. It is a draft, okay? I think that's it. Anything else? All right. All right, parents and teachers, I thank you for your patience. We're all learning, and again, we will do our best to make sure that we take care of business. Now, parents, if I know that one of the challenges last year was having children sign on to Schoology, I have already asked my supervisor, one of the things that if we notice that your child is not online, we will be doing home visits, at least I will. I want to make sure that every student is able to get online and not fall behind. So I will be doing home visits unless the district blocks me from doing that. So I will let your child know, say, hey, you want the principal to visit the house? You better log on. Let's make sure that we're logging on and getting the work done because we do not want our children falling behind. They've already had one semester of online learning. We want to make sure that this semester of online learning that we're not falling behind. We cannot afford to fall behind. We already have an achievement gap. There's a gender gap. There's a pay gap. There's way too much. We cannot afford to fall behind. So together, all three of us, parents, administrators, and students, we have to do our best to make sure that we take advantage of what we have and learn as best as we can given the circumstances. All right. Other than that, this is Steve Martinez, principal of John Burroughs Middle School, signing off. And I do thank you again for your patience and for choosing John Burroughs Middle School. Bye-bye. Hasta luego. Ahí caseo.